Welcome. Today we're going to discuss the technique shield and sword, its execution, some of the things that can go wrong during its execution, ways to compensate and fix those issues, and just common things you should know about the technique in general. So let's start with the attack. This is of a step through left punch from the front, typically to the face. So you want to think of this like parting wings, but we're going to be doing parting wings on the outside of the arm. So parting wings does it on the inside. We have the hands moving. Now I'm going to go to the outside. So keep in mind, one of the things that can go wrong here is where I'm putting my hands. So because I'm trying to match this to parting wings, my hand is going away from what I want to hit. So in order to continue the technique, when I hit them, if you notice, my power is going towards the left in this direction, which means it's going to be gone, and I won't get to do the rest of the technique. So to compensate for that, I want to get this hand up above what I'm hitting so I can spike him to the floor. So a thing that you may want to do when you're doing this is to add an inward parry and a knife flick to get the hand to where you want it. So think of this more like reversing mace, but instead of being below the arm, I'm now above the arm and then settle. So the next thing you want to talk about is our stance. So I want to go directly forward into a forward bow and then settle into my neutral bow as I spike this down. So you want to think this is hitting the top of the spine and I'm hitting it directly towards the floor so that he settles. I want to cancel his height. Keep him rooted so that I can do my next maneuver. Keep in mind anytime you're on the outside of the arms, you want to be at or above the elbow, so make sure this check is not by the wrist or you're going to be eating an elbow. So I settle here. The next maneuver is going to be my inward elbow. So I can do this and keep this hand checking, or I can try to do opposing forces by creating a frictional pull and pulling this arm as I deliver the elbow. Okay? Forward bow to shift to get me the full distance, and I'm hitting with a line, not a circle. So I want to make sure that this is major and not glancing. So I pull him in. Now, as I step, let's talk about the next maneuver. I want to get into a twist, and typically when we establish a base, twist stance is not what you think about, but here it's giving me maximum depth zone, so I can actually have him leaning on me, and I can hold him. So the next thing you want to do, and this is an insert from the elbow, is I can take the face as I position my hands again where I want them. So we're going to turn around so you can see the next part of the technique. So we get to here, and this is where I want to be. So the idea here is now I'm going to be hitting both kidneys, close one with the hand, far one with the foot. The problem here that could go wrong is your rotation. So I turn for the hammer, and then I do the kick. So if you notice, the kick had no body behind it. It's only the leg. So what you want to do is think about if I'm just throwing a roundhouse kick with the right leg, unwinding and kicking. But I'm adding the hand in between. So the idea is to do both of the strikes with the one rotation. So the idea is I move and I hit with both. So something that can go wrong here is typically the other person has their elbow out. And you end up kicking, and then you end up hitting their elbow with your foot, which obviously is not going to be fun for you. So to compensate for that, a lot of people do this like reversing mace, where then you take the back of the leg down at the 45. But keep in mind the ideal face does hit both kidneys, so you should be practicing to hit both kidneys. And then you can cover out if you choose. So one more time we'll do it on this angle, then we'll switch again to execute it. Inward parry, outward parry, flick to the eyes, get the hand on top of what I want to hit, keeping line of sight. Drop as I settle, frictional pull, get the opposing forces as I get the elbow. Add the insert if you want, get into a good stance, you should be able to support him here, and then use your rotation to deliver both strikes and cover out if you wish. So one more time without the explanation. We hope this video helps you. Thank you very much.